Good evening, Commissioners. Pam Sordell, Puppy Mill Awareness of Southeast Michigan, Clarkston, Michigan. Pam Webb, who spoke earlier for our group, has done a great job of logging the complaints. So we've given you all the complaints from all the agencies, including ourselves. So hopefully she can make a copy for you. We'd like to share some of those with you tonight, just so you get an idea. I'm glad the other woman spoke as well, because there's so much detail in all these reports from the MDA, and I just wanted to share a couple of them with you so you can get an idea how the store treats people that have purchased sick pets. Ken was told the dog he was interested in cannot be sold due to a little stomach virus. 2 weeks later, Ken purchased a dog after Dr. Nemeth on site signed off on the health certificate. Ken asked the reluctant vet if it was parvo, and he said yes. Ken was upset that the store did not disclose the diagnosis. Upon purchase, the owner said Dixie had a cough and gave him antibiotics. 3 days later, Dixie began having daily seizures. The store said the dog was hypoglycemic and would not discuss the possibility of seizures. The store owner advised him to use Forta-Cal for protein and stated, all toy dogs are like that. The seizures became worse. Some were 2 hours long. Ken took the dog back to the store. The store owner's husband injected the dog with some medications. On the follow-up call, the owner stated she believed the dog was exposed to toxins and blamed Ken and said he poisoned her. The store said it's going to be expensive to figure this out. He asked for his money back and the store hung up. This is just one example of the 96 that we've logged of sick dog complaints. Other complaints report the store took their recently purchased parvo dog to their home for treatment. The Michigan Department of Ag report stated the store failed to provide veterinary care and was concerned the store was practicing veterinary care without a license. There's been 2 recent cases of parvo reported to animal control, one in February and one in March of this year. Families were given no help with expenses their veterinary costs. This is a chronic problem at the store. If Mount Clemens does not have the resources or training to prevent sick animals from being sold, the city should consider not allowing certain retail sale of pets. We have provided the city our humane pet acquisition proposal. It is an ordinance template that cities can use to combat puppy mills and address other problems related to the retail sale of animals. It would ban the retail sale of cats, dogs that flood our shelters, and ban the retail sale of rabbits, ferrets, long-lived birds, and large reptiles. Nonprofit organizations and breeders selling directly to the public would be excluded. Our organization's attorneys stated that cities and townships are allowed to further restrict regulated industries so long as those restrictions do not contradict the laws. May I leave a copy of our ordinance proposal for your review? If you like, we'd like to give a presentation at a future meeting. So we made copies of our ordinance proposal. We'd like you to consider it as an option for these problems. May I approach and give it to you, clerk? Thank you.